Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep. So I took an impromptu day off yesterday. I have a short story to tell about that. I decided that it would be a good idea to start the episode that was going to be yesterday's episode up at the 12th floor, basically with the same Soulkeeper Floromancer build that we were making up to there, because I felt like me dying was kind of due to a dumb mistake on my part. And that we could just, pick right back up. You guys have seen me do the beginning of this many times, and so, streamlining, right? But, I tried 3 different times to get back up there, and on all 3 occasions I died. And actually, all 3 times I died the same way. Once it was in the dungeon, almost up to that second boss fight. Once it was a little earlier, and once it was in an item world trying to level up some items so that that same shit didn't happen again. And what keeps happening is I get aggro from 2 champion monsters, and then either they're both summoners or one of them is a summoner, and also there's like 2 or 3 other monsters. And I just get overwhelmed in a way that is complete, like there's nothing I can do. I can't heal fast enough to outdo the damage that they're doing to me, and I tried during the second and third runs, I tried taking a lot more defensive stats on my level ups, more strength and more discipline so that I have more defenses, in the hopes that maybe by getting enough defense I would be able to slow down that stream of damage. But no, it had no noticeable effect, in fact. So I'm at a little bit of a loss, and I kind of think that the focus now needs to be on making it so that if I should pull 7 enemies at once, there is some way for me to survive, at least long enough to get away or something. So, to that end, we're starting today as a Boudicca, and today's episode is going to be longer than usual to make up for the fact that there was no video yesterday. So here's what I'm thinking. Boudicca obviously have 2-fingered catch, which is great, but all of the vital point abilities, they all say each time you attack, not each time you attack in melee. So, I think we're going to pick up a number of the Boudicca abilities. Tornado Stance is probably a good idea. Key Wave might be good for us. We definitely want passives. We may not actually be able to keep all of the passives on because we're going to pick up passives from our other classes too. We'll figure it out as we figure it out. Iron Breathing is great. Palm Thrust is fine. It hits hits multiple enemies that are next to you and pushes them away. Honestly, we'll probably just get everything and we'll figure it out later. We'll get all this stuff, and then we'll transition into Soulkeeper from there. Because I want the toughness, but I also really am enjoying the pets. I like having the pets. I think it's a fun class. And I don't think we're missing out on anything super, super bad by not having the Boudicca bonuses, especially since I intend to transition to using a ranged weapon. So, that's the plan. For now, let's pick up Vital Point Pain and 100 Fists and Palm Thrust. Those are all fine abilities. We get some cookies and a free robe. Let's grab our harvest and do this. Oh, and the perks we have on right now are Thirst Quencher, which I just think is very, very good, and Toughness. I saw a little bit. I saw the patch notes regarding changes to Toughness, and they kind of spoiled for me that Toughness really is not a lot of extra health. But because so many things in the game heal you based on a percentage of your health, your max HP, Toughness is going to make every item in the game and our flask heal us for more. And I think it's going to end up being probably a lot of health over the course of the whole run. Okay, let's go. We are also going to be aggressively item worlding. We have got to survive. Alright, what's up? Give me some good quests. Let's smash up some fungus rats. Get a free javelin. Sure, whatever. Smash up some fungus rats. Get a small amount of gold, a really small amount of gold. Do you have a good one, maybe? Give a leg of turkey to a grotto flyer and get some XP. Okay, that one's better. And let's do a quick look here. I think I may have put some extra stuff in the thingy here. So my natural weapon power is 143. Not really great, but it's gonna improve a level. So I don't really want to take a weapon. I like bonus damage with one-handed weapon if there's nothing in your offhand. Is that... I'm not considered to be wielding a one-handed weapon right now, right? I have no idea. Okay, I think we might be just not. Yeah, we're not taking anything. We will punch our way to victory. Alright, Julie's gonna hook us up with the healing items. Yeah, we're just gonna punch the crap out of some slimes and whatever. Not a lot of damage initially, but we'll get there. And I think our game knowledge is a lot better than the last time we played Boudicca, and I thought Boudicca was an incredibly good class then. So I can only imagine that it's going to feel even better now. Alright, a little bit extra JP, that's nice. I'm gonna use the teleport to avoid having to walk across one space of water. Look at that. That is called efficiency. So we're 9 HP off of, or 9 XP off of a level. I'd like to level up without having to use any healing items, which again is just sort of an efficiency thing. What is a robe of gluttony? Food is more effective, but you remain full longer. It also has 1% extra dodge. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to remain full longer. Remaining full longer sucks. No, you know what? Never mind. Remaining full longer only sucks when I'm in really desperate positions. Most of the time, I use food and I don't try to eat again right away, so we're probably fine. Okay, I don't know that I need a lot of strength. We could pick up some discipline. This increases pet health, staff damage, and elemental defense, all of which are things that will be useful. It probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to pick up a little bit of physical defense, but like I said, I did not feel a difference when I built solely for defensive stats. Spirit, though, at this point feels pretty bad. Let's go ahead and focus on discipline. I'm not going to be buffing up my monk damage too much. Sorry, Boudicca. We're definitely not just a standard monk. Because I think the monk is... The Boudicca is plenty strong. We're probably not going to need a lot of help making it through this first part of the game. Especially if we can find like a decent piece of armor. Maybe, I don't know, of bone crabs would be okay. Okay, so we want to land... Oh. I need to pick up Iron Breathing. That is 200 JP away. I was trying not to be the one to move adjacent to him. I wanted him to move on to me. Whew. Yeah, Boudicca feels, even just the base attack values, feel very, very good compared to the rest of the classes. Although, I guess there's something to be said about, you know, the pain of accuracy. Things are not going totally ideally, I guess. Alright, the Grotto Flyer that we're looking for the quest is on level 3, I believe. Oh hey, it's Maguzma. What's up, man? He seems kind of shifty, but it's probably fine. Okay, oh yeah, hey, they patched since last time, and look at this. You can now just click on stuff and it goes right into the recipe bar. Fantastic. Thank you very much, developers. That is a really, really nice quality of life change. I should absolutely have put some cinnamon into that. Alright, then we'll take a chance to cook some campfire meat, which is always lovely. And then he gives us some extra campfire roasted meat. Yeah, he's just a good dude. He just makes me nervous. Who flips coins that much? Right? That's not just me, right? I think everybody. Oof. Just crit me for 30. I think everybody's nervous of people who are that good with a coin. Basically what I'm saying is you can't trust anybody who has any amount of manual dexterity. Okay, that's a brined fish, just sort of laying on a cheap wooden bridge. It's probably fine to put in our mouths. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. Ah, that's right. That ability does not work the way I think it does. It says nearby enemy, but it's enemies that are... It's like a more of a cone, really. It's enemies that are near you and the guy you're targeting. I always forget. Man, I hate these things so much. Alright, we are not on... Okay, apparently there's gonna be just an infinite number of them. Hate. I am so done with enemies who have ranged attacks. Okay, apparently we're gonna have to flask because we're being hunted by a boss. Okay, it's a turtling boss at least. That is a relatively easy one. Iron breathing is not actually going to help me against this boss. But I also don't think I want to tornado stance him. Okay, he has poison. Iron breathing totally helped. I was waiting for his weak point to come up to use one of my abilities, but we never found it. Okay, we're pretty close to a level. I'm gonna go ahead and... Iron breathing really is pretty good. 52 health is a significant portion of my overall health. Alright, well, easy quests, but I guess we earned the reward we deserved, huh? You know what, we actually might want to go back to town just to refresh our rumors, if nothing else. Okay, we got the weak point on him right away. Please don't set me on fire. You would think that would be common courtesy. But I guess what do I know? Please stop striking me with lightning. Yeah, we're doing just fine leveling up discipline, and the discipline will really become valuable once we swap over to a staff. So we're going to keep our eyes out for a decent staff. It doesn't have to be incredible, but I'd like it not to just be a white. Like, it would be cool if we could at least get one that had a trait on it. Okay, a job change scroll. That's cool. That'll save us a fair amount of money later. A small mystery egg. Okay, well. Let's go ahead and go back. So I did experiment with using eggs a little bit more. I found a pet shop pretty deep in the dungeon that sold medium monster eggs instead of small ones. And my impression is still that they're very, very weak. Not nearly as good as even the ones that we were summoning from the Soul Keeper abilities. Alright, I also found out that the box of mints, for a little bit of experimentation, the box of mints counts as a dessert item for cooking. So I made a whole bunch of mint and apple casseroles. Or, wait, is it casseroles? It might be. It's probably not casseroles. That doesn't sound right. Cobblers. Yes. Mint and apple cobbler. You know, she seems to like it just fine. Every time I say it, I kind of want to throw up a little bit, but I guess I'm not the one who has to eat it. Okay. Tent. Bandages are less important for us. 15's not even really that much energy. Okay, so we need to find a decent piece of armor and a decent staff. And I should probably go ahead and sell all this unequipped stuff. We do have a Sword of Flames, which is nice. I like having an elemental weapon around. Physical immune enemies can be very annoying. Alright, now I do want free XP, even if it's not very much XP. So let's try to find that turkey leg loving... It's a grotto flyer, right? We'll just make sure we don't kill anything without looking at it first. So, 2-finger catch is at 350. I'd like to get that before we go into the spiny maze for obvious reasons. Okay, I've had problems getting this to work with enemies that are worthless. Because all they want to do is run away. It's turtling? That's not a bad trait, I guess. Oops, I meant to hit 2, and what I did instead was hit W. Is he fleeing? Alright, let's pop our iron. Yeah. Iron breathing is really, really good. Ah, come on. If I walk like... There we go. I just had to get far enough away. And he just takes 1, so that's nice. I definitely feel like I'm less in the dark. A lot of the time now. Alright, iron breathing, and then we have to move a couple of times. Let the disarm wear off. I don't know how he disarmed me of my natural melee attack. I guess disarm might be more literal than I was thinking it was. You know, there's a lot of magical stuff in this game. Maybe he has some kind of ability that temporarily removes my arm. What kind of man are you? You are a polar nightmare. That's actually totally fine. Ow. There we go. A hungry slingshot of bandit slaying. I don't love the slingshot, but... Recover from feeling full 1 turn faster. That's actually pretty cool. We should probably, like... Screw spectacles, right? I don't love boots either, but... I do actually think that the boots are better than the spectacles, probably. Let's grab 2-finger catch. Alright, yeah, another thing that's really nice about Boudicca is having AoE attacks very, very early. Like, decent ones. Okay, Hungry Short Sword. I feel like we find a lot of melee weapons pretty much all the time. Apparently they can re-bleed you instantly. I did not realize. Alright, we should be ready for the spiny maze now. Actually, you know what I should do? Now that we're completely out of rumors, now we should go back to town. Well, it doesn't say new above her head. Nope, still nothing. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Butler's bells are pretty good. At least they can be pretty good. They have the chance of being pretty good. And of course we're going to get all this stuff. I guess now that I know that boxes of mints are dessert items, I should also be buying those. Okay, milk. Milk is valuable. Milk is the limiting factor in producing the best food item we know how to produce. Okay, highly regenerative ice cream sundae. Can also do this. There's no way that tastes good. It just can't. Okay, we have run out of dessert items. And I mean, we may as well. 50 gold is basically nothing. Although, I suppose I was going to level up in 2 XP, so maybe that was a waste. In order to get... Yeah, there we go. In order to get 2 XP, we're actually going to have to find an enemy who will give us some XP. Yeah, we can take a little bit more discipline. I think it's pretty clear that strength is not going to be necessary for us to do well. At least well enough to get to the place where we'll be able to change classes. Alright, this place is like supremely annoying. I do wish that they maybe had more of these types of side areas, and then they were a little bit more varied from run to run. Because, you know, we always see this one and Jelly Grotto, but there are some really cool optional areas that appear fairly rarely, and I think it would be cool if there were more of these dungeon-style optional side areas. And you saw, like, you know, there were, I don't know, 6, and you saw 2 of the 6 throughout the first couple of floors every time. But just a little bit of variance, because this one is very repetitive. It's the same thing with every character. There's no real gameplay to it. It's just like... there's no decision making, I guess is what I mean. Let's go ahead and eat a banana bunch, and then we'll... But because JP is so important, like, it's pretty important to clear your side areas, I think. And our Boudicca powers are making it slightly less resource draining. Also, I guess because of the way health works, it's really important to do side areas that can contain fountains, because you really need all those fountains. Suppose I ought to keep the regen flowing. Ow. Yeah, those bananas are healing for quite a bit per tick between all of the things we have that improve our food. Alright, I like a teleportation scroll very much. I don't know what I'm doing, it just told me that the place is empty. Teleportation scroll is a fine way of getting out of the kind of trouble that I was getting into. Okay, we may as well reveal these spots just that it's clear what we have and have not revealed on the map. See, they pretend not to be aggroed on you. They're just waiting for their opportunity. Well, that guy is coming to fight us. Huh. Yeah, there's just... It sometimes makes water noises when we're walking around in there. We weren't actually losing any stamina. That's weird. Probably do need to keep the regen flowing. So yeah, Boudicca feels powerful, but any melee class just takes a lot of damage throughout the early game. Until you're powerful enough to do enough damage to kill enemies very quickly. Alright, how are we doing here? 342. I really want to pick up Vital Point Explode next. That was very powerful. Really, really good for clearing those groups of enemies out, which is important. So if this area is indeed traversable, the way to it is up. Okay, Bag of Stones is nice. Do I want to equip that? That's actually pretty useful. Yeah, these boots are not. These boots are not that helpful. Alright, I'm negotiating my movement very carefully with the mouse when I am near lava. A Venom Ring of Focus. How much? 10 discipline plus poison damage. If we found a staff that did poison damage, that could be pretty cool. This has a 2% extra dodge, but without the food effect. I think the food effect is good. I think the food effect is good enough to keep that equipped, I guess, is the real supposition that I'm making. Alright, looks like there's a path down here yet. We should be reasonably thorough. Don't want to miss any fountains if we can avoid it. It's iron breathing. Did I eat all my bananas? I did. And I cooked all my apples. Well... No, I didn't. I still have some apples. So the thing that's actually killing me is not running out of hit points. Well, I mean, okay, that's a dumb way to put that. The thing that's killing me is not, like, running out of hit points in a long-term way, like attrition. The thing that's killing me is running out of ability to restore my hit points in the short term. I end up just getting overwhelmed and I can't get my health back fast enough. Throw a rock, do this, heal myself. Oh, this is looking like it might get hostile. Oh, I tilted the cone at the last moment. Shoot. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and flask. Immediately repoisoned. Seems to be happening a lot. Okay, we're just a little bit off of our next level. We're usually around level 6 when we fight the Duke. So we're pretty on track here. This guy's just a Blade Master. That's not so bad. When it's just... That's annoying, though. When it's just one enemy, a Blade Master's not that big a deal. Alright, patience. Wait for our perfect moment to strike. I know I've seen this kind of stuff in a kung fu movie at some point. I don't think I talk about my taste in movies and stuff on the channel too much, but I actually really, really love kung fu movies. I have watched an awful lot of martial arts films in my day. Please stop doing that. Well, I reflected almost every one of those. That was pretty great. Okay, he's an Avenger, so we definitely need to get him first. I don't think there's much for this except lots of punching. Really, he survived that. Stupid generation. Okay. Traveler in camp. I guess we should go back. We also could potentially get a new rumor, right? So get some new rumors finally. Give a plunder, some cookies on the floor of the dungeon we're on now for a better amount of gold. Alright, a very, very small amount of XP. I have to say, she has not been that helpful this game. Okay, this is a ranged person, but it is not a person who is selling any kind of staves. I'm not sure that we've seen a wizard staff seller, honestly. A confident longbow is not a terrible weapon. What we really, really need, though, is a staff. I'm not going to spend 1,000 gold on a thing that I would just then spend a whole bunch of extra gold to put into the safe. Not right now, anyway. I was really hoping we'd find some decent armor by now. Sorry, I want buy items. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not really loving the selection of armor that the game has shown us thus far. I definitely love Lightning Brew. I wonder if there are cooking recipes that involve these potions. Oh, sorry, not you. I meant to speak to your fire. Sorry if that was unclear. Okay, a little bit more good food. I don't think I do want to use our cheap heal yet. Because I want to use that right before we go up to the boss, right? I guess it doesn't really make a difference. It's like I can food up now and cheap heal later. Or I can do it the other way around, but it's not like... I don't think it actually matters with whether I do it that way or this way. Okay, well that was pretty fast. Don't want to break this yet? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we want to get Vital Point Explode. I do like Tornado Stance, and the boss fight is a time when we might need it. Like I said, I think we are going to end up just learning everything, probably about the class. Man, imagine seeing that. Imagine you're a bandit. You've lived in these haunted monster caves for your, I don't know, entire adult life, probably. You're hanging out with, like, slimes that shoot electricity and all kinds of weird stuff every single day. And you probably think of yourself, you know what, I'm pretty badass. Like, I'm a tough dude. I am ready to take on anybody. And then you see some young lady wander into your zone. You're like, oh, I'm gonna take all her stuff. You throw a knife at her. It goes right in, and then she just kind of like chills out for a second, takes a deep breath, and the wound just closes. What are you to do at that point? Your life is over, and you know that. But what are you gonna do? Just lay down and accept it, I guess. All right, everybody needs to chill out. Okay, so he's pain enhanced and he explodes. I don't remember what the Vital Point Explode does. It roots them if you hit them with a technique. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that's useful. So you want to make sure they blow up in a particular spot so as to deal maximum damage to the other enemies. Okay, well that secret area was basically a trap, but we made it through. Please stop bleeding me. Okay, jewelry. This could be cool. Oh, just straight up set items on the merchants now. 15 discipline, block chance to negate crits. It's runic crystal stuff. Oh, we've actually seen another piece of this set before, the crystalline armament. I think I died while wearing it, unfortunately. I do like items of toxicity when we're Soulkeeper because you can summon elementals out of the slime in places where elementals might otherwise be difficult to summon. This is Spirit Power and Discipline. I think we should buy this. Yeah, we'll bank it when we get back to town. But if we manage to make it far enough into this build to become a Floromancer or something, we'll grab it. Alright, Vital Point bleeds. So we're not that far off of... being able to change things up here. Or rather, it being reasonable and acceptable for us to change things up. I just realized that we still have a Butler spell in our inventory. Okay, Java Beans. Mysterious. Somewhere out there is a recipe for coffee. I guess after you get those first set of recipes, you're supposed to discover everything through trial and error, probably? Because we certainly haven't found another source of recipes. Huh, somehow I missed 49 gold over here. Alright, we're almost ready to move on. Okay, an apprentice's staff. A lucky, hungry, incombustible necklace. I think lucky is just extra gold, which obviously could be stronger. Let's make sure we have reasonable stuff assigned here. Yeah, I don't think we do want to take that. I don't think I do want to equip this yet. The benefit we get from it is small enough that I don't want to risk losing it to me dying. So why don't we, before we head up to the bandit headquarters, let's go back to town. We'll deposit this set piece, and we will fill up here. Okay, fairly expensive to do that. Do you have anything interesting at all? No. Actually, let's look at the ranged guy first. He has new gear. Nope, he just straight up does not sell the stuff we're looking for. He does sell shadow shurikens. I don't think we need a single target range damage solution. I think our problems are mostly in the area category. We could probably... Yeah, we have a bunch of blue stuff that we're definitely not going to use. I'm not going to use this. Louder movement that may attract monsters is terrifying to me. Not really a shield guy. A 228 power lightning hammer. Actually sounds like something we probably want to keep. Okay, all of that stuff is stuff I might cook with. And if I was going to store that hammer, which totally might be useful for other stuff, I need 297 money. What do I have that can get me a lot of money? We'll use this mystery egg right before we go up to the boss stairs. We could sell those, but the merchants don't value them very much either. It's pretty reasonable, I think. We're going to make 202. Well, we don't need this. That's worth a fair amount. Yeah, but we're not going to get anywhere near 202. Okay, that's fine. We'll just try not to die right away. We'll sell that, or we'll store that later. Okay. So let's eat something, let it refill us, and then chill out here until the well-fed buff wears off. Okay, so we're ready to eat upstairs. I don't want to have to spend a turn summoning, so let's make you now. Alright, you know how we do about this rug. And I kind of want to just, like, fall back here. I'm going to throw a rock at that dude. Do I want a tornado stance? I think I want to keep him close for now. Alright, this is the time to start using, like, lightning brews and stuff. As much AoE damage in as we can. Deal damage. Here we go. Thank you very much to the person who suggested that I use those filters more often. It's been very helpful, actually. We're taking, like, a lot of damage really fast. One more of those and that guy will die at least. Alright, I'm going to use one of our ice cream sundaes because I'm starting to get a little nervous. We're taking a lot of damage. He just hit me for 112? Jesus. Maybe I do want to turn on Tornado Stance and just not let him be adjacent to me. He's pretty low on health. Man, we are gaining over the damage, but not very much. 82, 60, 27. I'm concerned. What I need... Let me think. So we're going to regen quite a bit of health. He's not bleeding, right? No, he doesn't have any of our effects on him. I'm going to drop a freeze vial. Okay, good. The freeze vial did enough damage to kill him and the mad guy. Alright, then we're going to punch this guy back. Okay, give myself a little bit of time for the various healing effects to work. Okay. That got a little closer than I would like. It probably would have been less close if I had indeed been focusing on strength. Okay, how close are we to being done with this class? So like 500 more JP. I maybe should have taken faster JP gain. I don't think that's a bad call. So now I think I'm going to go to Bandit Town, the Bandit Hideout. Well, actually, we're going to be getting into Soulkeeper before too much longer, and I think the reason I chose Fungal Caves was pretty good. It's nice to have a lot of water around, basically. You just want to be able to summon water spirits all the time. Alright, do I have any good cooking to do? Could make some more cobbler, I guess. Can always make more cobbler. Hold on, maybe this is a good time to try some stuff out. So... we know how to make gelato. Milk and a dessert item. So wait, Java beans are just a dessert item? That's interesting. I would not have thought that Java beans would just qualify as a generic dessert item. But there's definitely a way to make coffee specifically, because we've had that one NPC ask for it before. So yeah, I don't know how you would make coffee with the types of ingredients we have available to us. Maybe the idea is Java beans plus another dessert item? It was like, you know, some people like sugar in their coffee. I know that's reaching, but we certainly can't just find hot water, so I don't have any idea how else you would do it. Although, to be fair, I guess I don't think we had Java beans on us when we encountered that NPC. So maybe if you just have some Java beans, that's good enough. Maybe you actually can't make coffee, but if you have the Java beans, she notices and she's like, oh, okay, that'll do. I don't know. He's gonna explode. Yeah, let's do that over here. And that explosion does some pretty good damage. That was like 30% of the beetle's health there. Alright, so through careful management of our food, I'm not even going to go into the lava pit. I'm not running around on a potentially unbounded number of squares. It's definitely bounded, but a potentially very large number of squares of lava just to pick up like some gold or something. Probably want to save the meat kebabs for a time when we're in actual trouble. I guess the turkey leg's an okay way to go. Robes of Constitution. That sounds good. 20% chance to ignore negative status effects. That is, in fact, not bad. Yeah, I'll take that. Debuff negation is definitely a good thing. Regenerating Ice Dagger's explosive. Okay, I hate Ice Daggers. That's certainly... Yeah, ow. So he's actually regenerating considerably faster than I'm capable of dealing damage. Okay, no, now we're starting to get to him. He's pain enhanced, so I confused him. Okay. Okay. That sucked, but we got there. Really, another champion. Turtling and chilled. Well, neither one of those things is particularly dangerous to us. I forgot he can move over his own ice stuff. Actually, let's not use this banana because we have some milk. We will save it. I'm going to start gaining a little bit of spirit power. Apprentice's staff, I guess we'll have to do. I was really hoping that we would find a staff that was, like, a little bit better. We cannot catch a break, even on just, like, finding the next kind of staff up. Oh, hey, this is something, though. Apprentice's staff of frost and scavenging. So, 201 water power. We're probably going to want to keep one of the normal apprentice's staffs around just in case we run into something that is water resistant, but that's a pretty good start. You try to move, but you're rooted in place. Oh no, you're not. Your hardy constitution ignores you not being able to move. And that's very hardy. I'm very popular all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Ow. Okay, so 223 more JP until we are completely clear of this class. Puller Avenger Nightmare. I do not like the combination of Puller and Avenger. Okay, so he's pain enhanced. We can get a confuse off. Maybe not take damage for a turn or two here. Did not actually work out that way. Alright, it's starting to look like we're getting surrounded. Boy, he cannot take very many more stone throws, though. Ah. The explosions are not helping my case. That guy's just explosive, so it's okay if we kill the, yeah, these guys now. And now that they're dead, we can use our iron breathing. Man. My ranged attack options at this point are not so great. Okay, jeez. As long as we don't run into too many more enemies than that at one time, I'm pretty confident we can handle most situations. It's really just like, it's when you get absolutely swarmed that I don't know what to do. Retreating is often not viable because we have to, you know... It is often the case that the only way out is a staircase. If you haven't already found the upstairs, that's pretty bad. And even if you have already found the upstairs, skipping a floor worth of XP and restoratives can probably get you into a death spiral pretty quickly. It's really important we not miss out on a bunch of resources. Oh, oops, I was trying to click on myself to pass my turn. I wanted to see if he would, if the Aracudas would come toward us. Hit that guy with it so that the bleed spreads. We're actually doing pretty good damage now, although I'm still taking a lot of damage as well. Actually, should I maybe go back? I'm going to go back to town. I just realized that if we plan to go inside this staff, it probably makes sense to do it while I'm a Boudicca, because once we change jobs, we're not going to want to not go in with the staff, you know? Okay, so let's not sell unequipped gear common right now because we have a common gear that we want to hold on to. We will buy these good restoration things, though. Actually, I guess we want to save our gold, don't we? Discover the Bandit Enclave in the Fungal Caves. Sure. Free mission. Free XP. Discover another thing. That one I will not be doing, because we're not going up the old Amber Station. Certainly not to floor 10. Give an electric jelly some mint fudge in the Flooded Temple for a reasonable amount of money. Okay. Okay, wow, the base level of this this thing is really, really low. Okay, so yeah, I want to do this. We can probably actually get a reasonable amount of stuff onto this. We can get some extra enchantment, hopefully. In addition to all of the power that we're going to get. And remember, we're not here, like, looking around a lot. We just really want to find a way out. We want to get to the top, find the Memory King, and get the job done. Now, every once in a while, you get a floor generated that is super cool, like one that's just coated in fountains or free food or something. I just got parried and then bled by an enemy that is worthless. I feel like worthless is maybe overselling their badness a little bit. Oh hey, look who it is. He is a summoner, so let's get this done quickly. Okay, it was not difficult to get it done quickly. A penetrating apprentice's staff of frost and scavenging. So I added penetrating, which does what? 50% chance to ignore, block, and parry. Bypasses 50% physical resist. Well, it actually bypasses all physical resist. So now that I've got it up to orange quality, I wonder if it's even possible to get an additional magic on it. Alright, well, I have another orb. I have at least one more orb. Never mind, I have a million more orbs. Let's do it again. Yeah, another 29 power, and the final level is still going to be below my level. I'll go ahead and dump 300 gold on the... Okay. Chilled Blade Master Turtling. This is potentially a pretty annoying pair of enemies. Let's hope we get a good explode off. Okay, well, iron breathing. Okay, those guys actually went down super easy due to just being really low level. I like when the Panthoxes shout about how I killed them. It does do a good job of giving this place like a really otherworldly feeling. Abilities cost half. So we're fighting some worthless enemies. I guess that guy's not worthless. So my point was, we're fighting a lot of worthless enemies, and so it's not worth just fighting stuff to fight stuff, because we're not getting anything out of it. But we should fight the bandits, it looks like. No critical hits allowed. It doesn't say it prevents them, it just says they're not allowed here. Alright, I think I am going to grab the planks. Alright, do I have some kind of low yield food? Yeah, here we go. I don't need to keep all of these, and in fact, we should really use the butler spell. Okay, free ice cream sundae is extremely welcome. So I believe there are 3 floors here. I'm just going to let this bog frog do the thing. Yeah, he seems pretty tough. Ranged attackers deal bonus damage. I'm never sure. It's probably the ranged attacker has to be in here, not the target has to be in here. Ah, ranged attack. For a moment there, I forgot I had one. Okay, bad idea to walk in lava while we are also in that thing. Can I use planks to bridge? No. Well, that's a shame. I have to do a lot of very careful mouse movement here. Never ever want to click more than one space away with the mouse, because you can never tell quite how the game will interpret that. And I don't know for sure that it's possible to fall off the bridge. Although now I think it's almost certainly not. Because I think we would have been knocked off there if it was. But you know, why risk it? Also, man, it is not very difficult to come across Dungeon Digest. Okay, so we're ready to pull out of this class at any time and move up into the next one. We'll see how this works out. Ow. Really, he survived that. Jeez. Man, those things do a lot of damage for worthless enemies. Yeah, after we complete this, I think you're only allowed to go into an item world, or an item dream 3 times, and every time it gets more difficult. So after we complete this, it's actually possible that we just won't be able to do the third go, because it'll be too high level. It does scale up as you keep doing it. Okay, we have got to get some health back. I don't want to eat our last banana bunch. Alright, where on earth is the Memory King? Okay, there he is. He's a spine bro. That's annoying. Ah. Okay, this is a really hard-hitting spine bro. Alright, the poison is finally dissipated. Please just die. Okay. Whew. Alright, we did not gain another enchantment, but it's possible that it wasn't ever going to, like, you know, it's possible that orange quality is the highest quality you can generate this way. Yeah, we can leave. Okay, let's see. What would it be if we went in one more time? Starting 5, final 7. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I think we can do it. I just gotta remember we can come back out if we want. We're getting more attention than I would like already. I guess let's not aggro this Panthox right now. That's annoying. Aaron Adrignola. I wonder how much damage I'm going to take just from standing here and fighting. Because sometimes, on some levels, the Deadly Void is just water and it doesn't seem to affect us at all. On other levels, moving around in it was doing us some damage. And I'm concerned that if I move away from the Floriconda, he's just going to pull me again shortly afterward. Oh. What toxified me? Huh. Doesn't say. Two more turns. That's, I mean, it's too long. I gotta start some healing effects. Actually, let's Iron Breathing. I know we'll take some dramatically reduced effectiveness from these healing effects at first, but I have to get some healing. Okay, now that that's worn off, let's start this ticking. And we're saving our saving our instant food for when things are their most dire. I don't think we're there yet. Let's confuse him. Hopefully he'll like throw daggers at the wrong people or something. Alright, well the Panthox has moved from curious to hostile. Okay, yeah, it is doing damage. It's not reporting the damage in the combat log, but it is doing damage. That's too many enemies all at once. Yeah, taking kind of a lot of damage. Yeah, stuff like that. So on this next turn, I'm going to take a ranged attack from him and a ranged attack... Probably not a ranged attack from him, but I might get frog leaped, right? I have a normal mint herb brew. There's a larger type of mint herb brew that heals more. Okay, he's still healing from the meal, so we can refresh this. I'm trying to get close enough to this dude to charm liqueur him, but he is the world's greatest coward. Okay, well, it turns out it has a really good range. Alright, let's go ahead and fight some of these guys, because I love the XP, you know? Alright, the thing wore off. Puts down a cloud of poison gas right on top of me. Can you imagine what kind of screwed up individual you have to be? Okay, we got there. Let's grab some planks. It's only going to get more difficult. Alright, fortunately that water spirit did not see me until we were next to each other. Okay, losing CT every turn, that's not a big deal. Well, I like that this floor has fountains. I just pressed iron breathing reflexively without checking to make sure that he had actually bled me. The candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long. You really gotta belt that out to do that while you're dying. That's a significant amount of speech to express. Okay. I'm gonna need to eat again. I'm trying to eat the stuff that has the lowest impact on our future healing abilities that will also still keep me alive. It's a tricky balancing act. Okay, we generated a friendly monster. That's nice. I don't know if I had made this clear to you guys, but having a pet's really nice. It's very, very convenient. Honestly, the fact that they take damage for you is way more important than the fact that they deal damage. Okay, I'm starting to get surrounded because everything is just fleeing from me. Okay, one down. We got a catch and throwback thing there. Okay, taking a lot of damage. So So it's one guy down. We're getting pretty lucky with the ranged attacks from this alchemist. Let's keep the potion flowing. Whew, okay, yeah, things are getting relatively tough here. I'm glad that this wasn't any harder. Fungal column, you are killing me here. In a way, this level was more difficult than I would expect the next one to be, due to the design of the level basically forcing me to traverse the entire thing and fight everybody. But also, the design of it does discourage grouping up on me and just dumping on me as a group. Alright, we just gotta find the stairs. Here we go. Alright, I think this is the top floor. I think this was another 3-level one. It's just a matter of finding the item king and getting the hell out of here. King Mad Butch the Viper. Not the Memory King. Just a jerk. I really need a vital point to happen. I can't parry. Alright, that's not that bad. I'm gonna iron breathing. I'm gonna get crit in the face. Wait, I thought I was... Am I not uncrittable? No, I don't have Steel Resolve in here. Do I want to put it in here? Actually, kind of no. Right? What would I replace? I really like all of the vital points. I guess pain is maybe the least impressive one, but I think that says a lot for how good they are in general. What do I want to eat? Because I need to eat something. An apple might not do it, and I don't want to fill myself up with something that might not get the job done. Let's boost my elemental defenses. Starting to be a lot of bombs. Just die. Alright. Okay. I was about to say now we just have the one enemy left, but of course that will not remain the case for long. And in fact, another enemy is coming too, on top of all the ones I already have to deal with. I'm just gonna go straight to an ice cream sundae on this one. This is gonna suck. Are you seriously not dead? Oh, I have a free turn. I was not paying attention to my XP. That's actually great. I'm gonna level up my spirit. We're just about at the point where it's time to start using our spirit. Okay. Okay. No Memory King yet. Right, we don't really have a lot of extra food. Starting to run a little bit low on food that's not like... See, I have a little bit of a problem where I'm like, man, this food is too good to use in this situation. And that comes from a good place, right? Where I want to make sure I have enough food for difficult situations. But also, I need to not die. That's got to be my primary concern. Okay, now he's got all the effects on him. So I'm going to hit him with this. I'm going to confuse and improve the bleed. I need to find the end of this damn dungeon. Nope, just tons more enemies. Yeah, man. Long, long strings of bad guys. Huh, I wonder why this one doesn't stack with the others. I wonder if this is the one that we got from Maguzmo. Well... let's use this thing that boosts my elemental defense for a little while. Because I think we're going to get pounded by this water spirit. Okay, reflask. Whew. Let's refill my stamina. Well, there's a champion of some kind over here. The Memory King, finally. Regenerating, chilled, electrified. Not that big a deal, really. Is that my space? Yeah, I think my space is in that. Ow. There we go. Now we can fight. I got him with the bleed. I think I'm gonna make it worse. Okay, we did it. It would be cool if the Memory King always had to drop a new item that was like... it would be neat if the item dreams kind of chained together in a way. Alright, well, I probably am not the only one who thought there was a pretty good chance that that was going to end in tears. But we made it. Oh, I accidentally walked into the sign. Where did I end up on JP? Not nearly enough to buy a new skill. I'm wondering if maybe I should go to 500. Because when we change JP, when we change jobs, we don't keep our JP. So I'm wondering if I should go to 500, buy the first level of Staff Mastery, so that this 300 that I've earned is not wasted. Okay, I need to replenish my food supplies. Also, my throwable weapon supplies. Those are also important. Oh, I have too many quests now. Is that right? Can that be true? I haven't killed 2 Crabbed with physical attacks, apparently. That's crazy. I guess I got all these quests, and it feels like it's been a while since I got any, but it's because I was in the item world all that time. Oh, no, I only have 1 fish. Okay, we need to learn some new recipes. There's so much stuff that I do not yet know how to use. Alright, I'm gonna try to go to 500 JP so that we can buy a level of a level of weapon mastery before we switch over. Plus, I guess I ran out of money, but no, that's never mind. That's not a big deal because we have job change scrolls. Huh, weird. It should be lava, right? We've seen that area before, chest in the middle of lava. But it definitely didn't take any health off of me walking into it. So it's not just bugged visually, it actually isn't lava. Well, you know, the game's still in active development, as is evidenced by the fact that things keep changing between episodes. I'm sure they will figure that one out. I've never actually worked on... I am a software developer, and I have worked on some games, you know, little projects of my own. I've never really done anything with procedural map generation. And I imagine it is pretty difficult to root out all of the little anomalous behaviors. Your set of map gen rules probably looks totally sensible to you, the human. It's very difficult to imagine all of the ways that a computer can fail to interpret the things you told it to do. Alright, we still need about 120. Stupid frogs. Stupid panthoxes. Alright. We don't have any loose fruit left over. I'll just flask. So there's something moving around up here. I wonder if it's a thing that you take extra damage from electrified attacks while standing in water. I was kind of hoping he'd bleed me right before he died. Okay, Tornado Stance is pretty great. King Floraconda the Defiler. You know, when I see a monster that is... I mean, let's come right out and say it. This is not always what people mean when they say this term, but this is definitely a tentacle monster. And then I hear that it is called the Defiler. I have some concerns. I guess let's put it that way. Yep, pulled me right into it. Alright, well I guess we're just gonna eat these ice daggers while I try to kill this guy fast enough. Okay. We made it eventually. A free tent is pretty great. So somewhere around here there's still an enemy. Or we would have gotten the completion notice and a little bit of bonus JP. Speaking of which, that little bit of bonus JP will totally move us forward. Okay, it was a little bit more than I was expecting. A lucky spiritual holy symbol. Well, there's no reason not to equip it over my current holy symbol. I'm assuming spiritual is just 10 spirit? Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad item. Alright, send me back to the Fungal Caves. And let's head back to town and change things up. Well, hold on. Before we do anything else, Slay champion Sneak Clements. Okay, I will do that. Let's do it with the job change scroll, right? Change me to Soulkeeper. And then, do I want to bank this? Well, I was going to say, do I want to bank this other scroll? But probably not. Let's hold on to our money. So I definitely want to equip my very fancy staff. 301 water. Pretty okay. Then we should also equip... we should also equip another staff. This one doesn't have to be anything special, but just in case we run into water-resistant enemies. And then... I don't even know what else to equip. Nothing, I guess. I don't think we really need anything else. And at this point, I can put something in my offhand. So, 15 spirit power. This has 10 spirit power, and Keen Eyes is not nothing. Yeah, I think this is the way we're going to go. I would like to find one of these that has an enchantment on it, but I guess we could just go inside this one and force an enchantment onto it with money. We'd have to get some more money first. But now that we know that we have equipped the commons we want, we can just go ahead and bulk sell our commons. And then we can probably sell a bunch of our other stuff too. Actually, some of this stuff's pretty good. I can sell that and that and that. Honestly, I'm selling this copy of Dungeon Digest. I'm pretty sure we have 3 in the stash right now. A spiritual bag of stones. Why do I have a normal bag of stones equipped? Although, the bag of stones has definitely lost some of its luster now that we have a normal projectile attack. I should probably actually just equip a different... Well, it does have 10 spirit on it. So do I have like a frost ring? A ring that... No, guess not. Well, actually, this is pretty good now, right? Spirit power and discipline. So let's grab this. Put that on over the bag of stones. And do we have anything else that looks compelling? No. Energy, guile, and strength, not really my deal. No, we're good. So that being the case, we can sell both the bags of stones and this. And then we can potentially just bank the 2 elemental weapons that we have. And I guess this is another thing that could play in an elemental gimmick. Apparently I had 3 elemental weapons, whatever. Will you please heal me? I changed jobs before... I did. I changed jobs before doing the thing. Well, you know what? We have another job change scroll. How much would it cost? 800 gold? Well, I have that now. I feel pretty stupid about it, but yeah, let's do it. Change my job to frickin' Boudicca. Right, yeah, and there's... That feels dumb and bad. Okay. Staff Mastery, learn Force Blast. And then use my other job change scroll. Ugh. Soulkeeper. Okay, this time, for real. We are staying Soulkeeper. Hey, I just got an achievement. Probably an achievement for changing my job too many times, because I'm a big idiot. And hey, check this out. They did a graphics pass on Soulkeeper, and now they have cool icons, and the echoes of the monsters look a little bit different, a little bit better. Alright, so my first priority is Call Elemental Spirit, I think. For now, we will just fight at range and occasionally bust out 100 Fist or a Palm Thrust or something, and we'll get some nice effects from our Vital Point stuff. Okay, are we all rumored up? Yes, we are. That's right. I haven't actually made any progress in quite some time. I think I'm not going to go into the robes. Actually, what effect do you even get from going into armor? Because there's no thing that is, like, armor class analogous. It would just give me 2 dodge. This would give stamina and energy. That's not really a very good upgrade. Okay. This is cool, though. Plus spirit power. Do I want to do these real fast? Yeah, let's... Every monster is dressed up like a different monster. Hooray! Yeah, I don't think it was actually equipped. Okay, some Aracudas. Boy, all these worthless monsters sure do want to fight me. Grim, mold-infested vermin. Well, he's easy, not worthless. So we will get some XP from this. Oh no, I'm killing the Crabbids with water damage. Oh, a gold frog. This is a cool tile set. Ow, ow, ow. Well, I think that gold frog disappeared. Oh, that's him. Give me your sweet treasure. He seems to be stuck in a loop. Okay. Yeah, 571 gold. I'll take that. So these are the monster echoes now. So we'll get to build some stuff up. And then as soon as we take the ability to create elementals, we can start creating them. I suppose I should be using... I have accumulated quite a few planks at this point. I should probably be dropping them. It really is a small amount of damage, but... it's not considered a summon. What is an easy way to see where the planks in my inventory are? And see, we scroll down to the bottom now, and I see the garnet. Maybe planks disappear when you leave the floor you got them on? I would expect them to leave once you get out of the dungeon, but maybe you can't even take them up to the next floor. Well, it's fine. The quote-unquote deadly void really doesn't do that much damage. Come on, you. Huh. Runic Spellbook of Familiars. That's a good enchantment. Yeah, it looks like there's not going to be any loot or anything. Okay, so we can just wait. So, of Familiars is plus pet health. Something I'm pretty okay with seeing. I'm assuming that the next upgrade will also be pretty easy. Actually, up to Up to average on the final level. Okay, we're going to have to be a little bit more careful in here. Let's eat something. Okay, remember, all we're really interested in is finding the way up. We are getting some XP in here, and that will eventually lead to us being over-leveled a little in the normal dungeon. And that's probably a good thing. That's going to help with the getting murdered as well. Even if there's no level-specific stuff in the damage calculation, just having more health is going to be very helpful. Ooh, this is an interesting tile set. Gosh, I love having a ranged attack. Like, I don't really know how to express how much I love having a ranged attack. Okay, and I was starting to become concerned that maybe our Boudicca thing was not working anymore, but no, it's totally still on. I was wondering if maybe it doesn't work while you have stuff in your hands. But that does not, in fact, appear to be a problem. Ah, we picked up a wizard staff. This is just 15% extra base damage. Okay. But now we have indeed seen the next level up. Alright, where are we at here? Can I destroy this computer? No. Teleportation scroll is an awfully valuable piece of loot. Interesting. I wonder why he didn't take damage from the explosion. Maybe it's because he's not hostile to me yet. So how are we doing on JP? Actually, we're doing very poorly. See, now we're in a place where actually enemies knocking us away is good for us. Okay, this is the last floor. And I think it's looking to me like maybe we won't be able to do this one another time. Okay, we're being swarmed already. Okay, I need these things not to heal each other. Toxified is really bad. Yeah, see, this is the problem. I can't fight this many monsters all at once with most builds. And we're just barely not at the point where we have our pets. Is Toxified considered a... Expels poison that closes bleeding wounds? No, it is not. I took quite a bit of damage there. I'll take our free turn. Do that. I think I have to start something ticking. I'm taking too much damage. Alright, so we'll have one turn of weakened. Nope, never mind, I'm retoxified. Okay, taking one less attack per turn now. But we only have 3 range, right? So this guy is actually out of range. That's very annoying. Well, that probably has a cooldown. Oh good, there's another enemy. Okay, one dead. The 2 remaining enemies are both marked as easy. Also, they're not really ranged attackers, so we can probably just back up a little bit and regen some HP. Okay. We got very low there. Ooh. Best of Wild Nature. That's actually, that's in our set, isn't it? Yes, it is. So our current robes are 6 dodge, 20% chance to ignore status effects, and 5 CT gain. This is 7% physical resistance and poison resistance, -2 damage from physical and poison, chance to summon thorns when struck, 5% dodge, and it'll get me the 2-piece set bonus, which won't help me right now, but we might switch classes a little faster than normal to get over to Floramancer. But hey, a set bonus, our first set bonus. Okay. Where the hell are my planks? Oh, you know what? Auto-use planks. I remembered that. Okay. I am done having to think about planks. If I have planks, just use them. He's pain enhanced, so I'm going to confuse him. Buy myself a turn. It doesn't always. And I can't... Okay, there we go. Everything explodes. That's really not that great. Okay, we've got to find the Memory King. Well, this is annoying. So he's somewhere to the south. You are not the Memory King. You are also not the Memory King. Okay. So he's gonna toxify me at some point here. Oh, maybe he's not. I was kind of hoping to get, Okay. I was kind of hoping to get the extra damage mark on him before using a Boudicca ability so that we could get confusion out of it, but no such luck. That's fine. I think things are going pretty well. So we'll take another look at this item, but my suspicion is that I'm not going to feel comfortable going back into it, given the level of difficulty we had at the end there. Get another 15 spirit power out of it. We did get... Oh, it became toxic. That's actually pretty cool. Like I said, toxicity is really nice when you are a Soul Keeper, because it gives you something to summon elementals out of, no matter where you are. Alright, and I guess we're generating all kinds of new stuff in town. Right, I still haven't completed any of my... I haven't been in the dungeon for like a really long time. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to this episode being a full double length, and I'm actually much earlier in the dungeon than I would normally be. Like, maybe even at the end of a first episode a lot of the time, so I'm sorry about that. But we are definitely preparing. We're doing a much better job of preparing this time. So let's cook a little bit. We definitely have ingredients. Garlic. Garlic is great. That's not just a video game thing. Garlic is great in real life as well. The nutmeg is nice. If I'm using fruit cobbler, it means that something has gone wrong. And so extra regen and extra defenses and stuff are pretty relevant there. And I think I'm just going to hold the rest of these ingredients. I do not have a cheap heal left this level. We're getting pretty close to being the next level anyway. Okay. How close are we to being able to buy an ability? Still 180 JP off. We did not get a lot of job points from the item dreams. Okay, so that's the way up. I think we're gonna find that... Oh, this guy's still tricky. I guess I didn't really gain that many levels in there. What I was gonna say is I think we're gonna find that things have gotten a little easier, but not so much. Alright, we can safely break ice now that we have a ranged weapon, so that's nice. Yeah, my attacks are pretty okay. I think I actually was still hitting harder as a Boudicca, but there's a lot to be said for being able to do stuff at range. Ooh, a wizard staff of bandit slaying. Where did my... I ended up at 301? And that was with an apprentice staff, although it does get plus 10% power from being a frost staff. This might be good to save for a future character, though. Man, I need my constant string of water elementals. Shadow and lightning resistant phasing barrier. So that's not even really a big deal. I mean, it's pretty hard. Yeah, life is going to be a lot easier once we can actually summon elementals. $121 JP does get us there. Okay, cool. I don't know why that Floriconda is just smashing stuff. What are you so mad about, Floriconda? Yeah, now that we can have friends to initiate combat for us and tank some hits, I think we're gonna find that things get considerably easier. Okay, there's some pretty good stuff there. Meat kebabs are powerful healing items. Okay. So where's the... Oh, the proper stairs up are over there. Alright. We should... Summon a dude. Polar Blazing Nightmare. Fortunately, it has a pretty short cooldown. Oh, unfortunately, I don't actually have any spirits left. Let's start you up, and then I'm gonna force blast these guys. Ow. Okay, we're toxified. That's not very good. Let's... He is pain enhanced, so this will confuse him. Oh, also it'll just kill him. Leather armor. Okay. Yet another champion has spawned between us and the stairs. And that one is a summoner, so I think we're just gonna leave without fighting him, because screw that. Man, all my valuable stamina. Alright, let's pop up to Katie's Enclave. This is always... Actually, traditionally it has been completely useless. But I guess it's not a bad thing, at the very least. Let's sell all these commons off. And she has... Oh, she does have Splint Mail of Familiars. Oh, that's right. Splint Mail, first of all, is heavy, so it's not the one I want. And secondly, we have a fancy vest on. A very fancy vest. Yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. Thanks anyway, Katie. Get him, the water. A soldier's vicious scimitar. I don't think I know what soldiers means. We don't really have a lot of our Soul Keeper abilities yet. I don't have, like, parting gifts or anything. I do... Oh, I do not have the stamina. I was going to say I do have the ability to summon another elemental, but that's not even true. I'm sure I have a potion in my bag somewhere that heals stamina. There you go. Oops. Destroy this before it explodes. It was nice of him to run onto the toxic patch at least. Okay, I think we have a much better foundation with which to go far. I'm just gonna keep running away from him and you keep shooting him. Yeah, let's get a little bit more... I'm mostly doing damage via staff and pet at this point. So spirit power is not really that great. We have a spell or two, and we have this, which I believe does scale with spirit. We don't need a huge amount of it. Let's take some more discipline. Makes our pets better. Running shoes of cleverness and toxicity. I think that's not something I particularly care about. Plus guile. Yeah, not over this stuff. Alright, let's look around a little bit more. I don't think we're ready to move up just yet. Get him, Water Spirit. I still haven't actually figured out yet if the Pandora's chest just boosts enemies' stats, or if it actually like increases their level so that you also get more rewards from fighting them. That's probably something I should figure out. Alright, let's grab Spirit Walk. Right now we don't have any like real natural escapes, and Spirit Walk is definitely very helpful for getting out of stuff that you maybe should not be able to get out of. A glowing incorruptible necklace of familiars. Which one's glowing? Plus energy? Yeah, that's not very good. If it was some kind of like plus energy regen, I don't know what kind of regen could be in the game without unbalancing it, but... Okay. So we are currently Soul Keeper, and that means that we do sometimes get echoes just from hitting enemies. There's a mottled sand drop there. We gotta wrap this up pretty quickly, probably. He's pain enhanced, so if I 100 fists him, he'll get confused and then kick me right into the dam. Hey, how's it going? Never mind me. So I am laying down thorns in a lot of places. Oh, what am I doing? I'm shooting at the river spirit with a water weapon. That's why he's not taking any damage. So this is the whole reason that I have a secondary staff. In fact... Hold up. Yes, my secondary staff could just be a wizard staff. Let's do it that way. Okay. Oh, we should probably make sure that we're at max echoes whenever we can be. Ooh. Aegis of 1,000 eyes. Or 100 eyes. That's the number of zeros, that is. Monsters take more damage from their elemental weaknesses. Randomly marks vulnerable spots on monsters which can be attacked for bonus damage. Gives 15 strength. The shield is made out of functional, moving, still blinking eyes. Well, that's a pretty dope shield. I guess we'll bank it in case we ever play Paladin again or something. I mean, I guess you don't have to be Paladin to use a shield, but... Nope. That is very ineffective. Can I summon any kind of elemental from the brambles? I can. A mud spirit. Okay. Good to know. Mud spirits do lower enemy defense, so they're not quite as good as water spirits because they don't heal us, but they're still cool. Oh yeah, chicken dinner. That's actually really nice to... Okay, this is Katie's Enclave. That's right, the, Oh, I should... Nope, never mind. I'm using the right staff. I should, however, get a water spirit out here. That's right, the, staircase is over here. Actually, that is not the staircase, but it is something that's valuable to us. This isn't the one who wants coffee, right? No, this one just wants to sell us magic stuff. Well, I will definitely take a teleportation scroll, charm liqueur, that's very useful. And this is all garbage I sold to you. Of emergency, reduces damage from attacks at 1/3 HP. That's actually a pretty good trait. We will not be buying it though. We have really good equipment right now. I am happier with our equipment than I think I have ever been. Okay, well, we just hit 2 hours and probably have to stop. Well, you know what? We'll push on past the Bandit HQ. But I'm not just going to ignore this floor. So we'll do this floor, then we'll do Bandit HQ, then we'll call it. Alright, I know there's a modeled Sandjaw down there, so I'm just going to make a water spirit out of this fountain real quick. Oh, maybe it was a Panthox? Maybe I didn't see the thing I thought I saw. Well, they're still enemies. I'm going to kill this guy for his delicious soul. Nope, he didn't drop it. Maybe this is what I saw? Or again, maybe I didn't see anything at all. Maybe I'm just crazy. He got stuck in the mud. That's what happened there. He stopped chasing me not because he wanted to fight my spirit, but because he got stuck in the mud. Alright, let's get a new water spirit out here. I'm having a remarkably hard time getting these guys to fight with me. Okay. Come on, show me some more fountains. Make all of this combat worthwhile. Hey, listen, feel free to heal me up at any time there. Oh, there's still a bandit enclave to do, too. It's a nice side area. Maybe we won't do the boss fight. You know, the boss fight's not really the point of suspense anyway, is it? I'm good at the boss fight. It's the stuff that comes afterward that is difficult. Well, in any case, we'll finish this floor. So I'm going to... No, I am not going to palm thrust him. That requires stamina. And I've spent too much time moving through the water. This also requires stamina. Maybe I should, like, eat a cobbler. Give myself some stamina. Spirit walk out of this crummy position. Okay. Oh, right. I gotta switch staves for this. The good news is he can't actually hurt my water spirit either, for the same reason. Alright, just the normal wizard staff. The bad news is he's not shooting at my water spirit. Should certainly make things easier if he would. Yeah, man, Toxify is, like, super dangerous. It is really easy to die when you are toxified. Oops. He moved. I'm just shooting at nothing now. Let's... Nope, Force Blast is a stamina ability. Actually, pretty much everything I do is stamina abilities. Well... Let's eat a half-strength cobbler, I guess. And palm thrust this dude. And then summon a new water spirit. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage here because like, there's just this never-ending string of enemies. This could stop. Hey, Water Spirit, you may want to help me out here? Okay, come on now. We really, really, really don't actually need there to be infinite enemies. Okay, all of that was without the Pandora's chest broken. Well, that's inconvenient. I was really hoping to get back to the stairs. So we have enough JP to buy a good skill. Summon Soul Shade is useful. Parting Gifts is probably the way we want to go, though. We get a lot of use out of Parting Gifts. So this spot is safe. I'm going to eat another Cobbler so that we have the energy to summon a spirit. Hopefully it will keep the Rock Viper off of me. Looks like maybe that is not, in fact, going to happen. And unfortunately, we haven't inflicted any of our weak point stuff on him yet. Okay, now he's pain enhanced, so I'm going to punch him, knock him over there, and confuse and root him. Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot of value out of the explosions. Partisan and a Quaff. I do have a few. I have a ton of stamina. Yeah, the enemy density on this level is crazy. Okay. That's going to be it for today. This was a long one, but it was a good one. I think we're going to end the episode in town, actually. Right next to the stairs, so that I definitely will not forget what I was doing. Do we have a cheap heal available for the level? We do. I'm not going to take it right now, but that's important to know. Actually, we're pretty close to leveling out. We may not need it. Let's go grab our harvest before we stop as well. Nope, no harvest. It's weird how frequently in real time you generate new inventories and new harvests and stuff while doing item dreams, but how rarely it starts feeling much rarer as you're progressing in the actual dungeon. It's weird. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Come back next time for a more normal-sized serving of Tangledeep. I know that we didn't really see a lot of new stuff, but next time we will, and we're definitely going to win and survive. This is it. This is the one. And we'll see you then.